Hey there, everybody. Welcome back in. It's episode 2 of Buccaneer Insider. Killian McClatchy, Nick Case. They haven't canceled us yet.
I don't know how we've made it to week 2, but we've soldier on.
I can tell you this is going to become a weekly thing. We're just going to say it every single week. But we'll see what happens. Maybe eventually they'll get rid of us. But so far, we made it through 1 week. It was awesome having Coach Autry and Coach Katie Everett on last week. We got another good week planned for everybody here. We've got coming up, we got the head basketball coach for the men's team, Barlcay Radebaugh. He was a lot of fun to talk to. Coach loves to talk, and it was a great conversation with him.
Never disappoints, Barclay. You can throw one subject at him, and half an hour later, you're talking quantum physics, which somehow he knows quantum physics.
He certainly does. It was a lot of fun. No quantum physics this time. I'm sure we can get around to it later. But we do have Barlcay Radebaugh, and then we've got our first athletes coming up as well. We got a couple of the volleyball players, Minnick and Rachel Feggeler. Got to talk to them a little bit just about how they're handling this whole situation, and also just a little bit about the two of them. They actually grew up about 10 miles away from each other and played with each other a couple times in high school as well. So it's a lot of fun to talk to them. We're going to start off with Coach Radebaugh right now, though. Everybody, welcome in. It is our first guest here in week number 2. It's head basketball coach Barlcay Radebaugh. And, Coach, how's it going? It's been a while since we've seen each other.
I know, man. It is really good to see you guys, by the way. I've missed everybody. Got my first haircut today in 9 weeks. Just about an hour ago, I feel like a new man. My hair was down. Haven't had that much hair since high school.
You're making me feel jealous.
Almost could do a man bun. Well, I'm sure that wouldn't have gone too well if I'd have done that.
I'm getting a little bit closer to there.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, we'll get right into it. And, I think, Nick, you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So your season was not really cut short by everything going on. Basketball kind of is one of the fortunate sports in that sense. However, things are a little bit different, particularly with the off season. What has changed for you so far?
Well, we have it's changed dramatically, Nick. I refuse to call it the new normal because I really believe we're going to turn back as a university and as a state and as a nation back to normal life. I really believe that. I believe this is going to be this pandemic is going to be something that the nation is going to solve working together. Our city is going to solve. Our university is going to solve. So like everything else we do, we've tried to turn this into an advantage, into a positive. And so, but it's been drastically different. We got some guys still here in town. We got some guys at home. And so our biggest thing that we've missed this spring has been skill development, and weight room development. We've really missed that. And there's not much way that we can overcome that right now. They have to do all that on their own. But what we can do is build deeper relationships. And so we've FaceTimed a lot. We've Zoomed a lot with our players. We've kept in great contact with them, letting them know how much we love them, how much we're really pushing them to finish the semester strong academically with great character. And so we've just tried to turn everything into a positive and not let it be a negative. I'm big on culture, as you guys know, being around our program. So we work on culture every day. I believe if you're not working on culture every day, you're getting behind in your culture. And so lots of conversations about our the 7 pillars that we believe in, the 7 non-negotiables that we believe in, through a group chat, through FaceTime, through spending time together on Zoom. Every Friday we have a team meeting that's required for all of our guys. So we've just tried to, how can we grow? How can we improve? How can we get better? And we've just tried to deepen some relationships and spend some one-on-one time together.
That's probably, you kind of mentioned that you guys have, it sounds like you guys have been really staying tight-knit as a team, which I think is awesome. And that, it's something that a lot of these teams around the country have been needing. You guys are doing a good job with it. How have the players been handling all of this? Because as a college student and a college athlete, I can imagine it's been a pretty drastic change for them.
Yeah, that's a great question. Most of our team has handled it very well. We've had a few that have not. And we've had to really work with them on the self-discipline aspect of it. Because if you want to, you can sleep till noon, and then you can tell, hey, my Wi-Fi didn't work. My computer didn't work. I couldn't make it to my online class. And there's a multitude of excuses, but there's also a multitude of reasons to do things right. And so most of them have been tremendous. It doesn't surprise me that these guys have bonded together and have worked, but it's been a challenge for a couple of our guys. And so again, we're looking at that as an opportunity to learn about self-discipline, about budgeting your time, about time management, about a passion, what you deeply believe in, you're willing to deeply sacrifice for. And so that's been a challenge for a couple of our guys. It is drastically different not having classes on campus, but also for us, our study hall, and that Betty and her staff does such a good job of is a time daily to just hold them accountable academically, hold our athletes accountable academically. And so we've missed out a little bit, but our assistant coaches have done a great job. We've made sure that they've had very good communication with them, particularly in the academic part, working under Betty's staff with that and making sure that these guys are doing what they came here to do, which is grow as men and get their degree.
You talk about self-discipline and staying in shape. Flan has been cooking a lot and cooking well. If you've seen his social media, you staying on him a little bit, watch what you're cooking there.
Well, let me tell you about Flan. Flan is such a motivated guy, as you can tell by his progression from his freshman, sophomore, junior year, that we have to probably sometimes, okay, Flan, whew, I mean, you can't work out every day. You got to get your body some rest. You can't lift every day. You got to give your body some rest. But I've been so encouraged in talking to our guys on the number of them that are cooking and really taking care of themselves and learning about that. And for a couple of them in a year or 2 years or 3 years, for all of them, they're going to be on their own and have the opportunity to learn how to cook and to clean a kitchen and to shop in a healthy way. To put good, clean, good food in your pantry so that when you're reaching for something, when you're hungry, you're bringing out something healthy, has been really a lot of fun to watch these guys do that. And I thought that was a great piece with Flan, cooking flan with Flan. Pretty great right there. I don't know that I would have wanted to taste that on the production there at the end. Neither one of those guys acted like it was real good.
I can tell you, flan is something you either enjoy.
You said the progression from the first one, you can keep going.
Yeah, flan is either something you enjoy or you don't. There's really not much in between there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
I was just saying, you've kind of seen all the guys. You said that a couple of them been cooking. Who do you think is right up there at the top of the team when it comes to that?
Well, I FaceTime. I try to FaceTime one of our guys per day. And we don't have a 2 or 3 minute conversation. We're trying to have a conversation, just talk for 10, 15 minutes and continue to grow our relationships. And I called Travis Anderson, all freshman team guard, and he was in the kitchen when he picked up the phone. So he sat the phone right there. He was washing dishes and getting ready to prepare his meat and vegetables for the night's meal. And he said he's cooked every meal for himself. And so I've been real encouraged with that. Sedarius is a very healthy eater. He was before the pandemic and has maintained that. I really don't want to know what Ty Jones has been eating. I mean, I just don't want to know because Ty has got a ways to go, and Ty's lots of fun with his food and loves to eat. And so those are probably our main guys with cooking. And I'm sure there's some other ones, and that topic just hadn't come up yet, but I've been real encouraged to see that they're learning that skill.
Go ahead. Okay, all right. So on the topic of food, what is your favorite meal when you get off the road? Like,
man, Hope and
more time at home.
Hope and I have been cooking every night. We do lean and green, and we have really tried to eat. One of my goals during this pandemic has been to get in better shape. during the season, I really got out of shape. I didn't have time to exercise like I wanted to, and I got a little bit in. But then, I mean, you guys have traveled with us on the road. We'd probably, probably eat some food I probably shouldn't eat. And after games, just, down in a whole pizza or whatever. And probably some eating late at night out of anxiety and worry. And so we've really focused on our food and the same thing when we reach for it in the refrigerator to make sure that it's good. And so we every night we've been cooking. I've been cooking a lot. And so we go lean and green, man. That's what we've been doing. And I've been running a lot. The first week that I was running, 2 trees and a bush passed me. I was able to go about a mile. And so I'm up to about 3 miles and getting after it. Nothing like Autry. I mean, that man is a machine. But the bushes and the trees aren't passing me anymore. But we've eaten pretty good. We're trying to eat. We're trying to stay in there and stay healthy.
If it makes you feel any better, Autry said he's sleeping in until like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's good for Autry. Yeah, to sleep in until 5 or 6. Woo, he's a machine.
Well, we'll get back towards the basketball and looking a little bit forward for this season. You guys had a very good recruiting class. You guys just signed some pretty big signings, and why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about those guys?
Sure, be happy to. First, we're really excited about our returners, what we went through, and the way this team bonded with our injuries and having to overcome, and we overcame. And those guys were highly competitive in every situation except for a couple, with 7 guys. To play 14 or 15 of our conference games with 7 scholarship guys and for them to do that without complaining and to be highly competitive like they were really bodes well for the foundation of us. And then so we signed a point guard early from Myrtle Beach High named Emory Knox. I think Emory Knox is probably the 2nd best guard in our state. He had an amazing year, won every possible award that he could win. He's a pass first guard, a classic point guard that's going to really help us. We love the progression that Travis Anderson and Dede had at that position, but we've always been best when we've played 2 guards that can really score. And so we really like what he's done a ton. In the spring, we signed Jacobian Florence, who's a 6'4", 205-pound matchup problem from the day he sets foot on campus. It's going to be an issue. He's one of those very unique guys that has that great frame and great athleticism to go with a high skill level and IQ. I mean, guys, this Jacobian was recruited at the highest level and then hurt his ankle his senior year. And so we were very blessed to get him all state, all everything guard from South Atlanta. And then Melvin Edwards, who's a 6'6", 6'7", multi-positional forward, originally committed to UNC Wilmington. And then when they made a coaching change, he came back out and decommitted. And we jumped in there hard and fast and just jumped in there with him and really made a big commitment towards him. And he's just a guy that can be one of those guys in the league that is, one of the top players. All 3 of these guys can. And Melvin, I love his confidence, the way that he carries himself, his length, his athleticism. Again, really highly recruited guy. Before he signed with UNC Wilmington, probably had 25 offers. And then came out and really connected with our staff. Sa and T in particular did a great job with Melvin and Jacobian, just building that relationship during the season. And God really blessed us, guys. I mean, these are 3 guys that are high-level guys that are really going to add to a bunch of high-level guys that we already have. And I'm really excited. I'm ready for this pandemic to be over so we can get our guys here, so we can get moving forward. I'm really excited about this team and then to have everybody healthy. We're back all the way healthy. And it's just, Sean Price is a valuable guy. And when you guys see Terrence Porter, He only played a couple games. He's a talented 6'8.5", really long athlete. And I love what Malik did before he got hurt. He was really coming along. I was really excited about his progression. And so those are all quality guys in addition to returning quality guys. So we get the injured guys back that are high quality guys, and then we add 3 more. So I'm really thankful for the work that our staff has done, really getting into that Georgia area and doing a great job, and then getting a high level, highly recruited guard from Myrtle Beach. They went all the way to the state finals, and he led them there. So we're excited. I'm really thrilled. I'm just kind of ready to get started.
Are you guys using this downtime to cleanse the arena of the injury aura that hit you guys last year, or has that not been approached yet?
No, we had an injury pandemic, didn't we? I've been in college basketball for 32 years, and I've never had one like it. I've never had a season in all my years. I've never had a season like that. And we've never had injuries at CSU. I remember Sa's injury, and Arlon got injured. We won the league in 13, and then they got injured in 14, and then they were back in 15. I remember that, but I don't remember injuries. Kelvin Martin used to play so hard. He would get nicked up every now and then. I remember he had a broken finger with a couple games to go, and he said, "My finger hurts, but I'm not getting it x-rayed." And so we haven't had a ton of injuries. And so I look at it as a blessing. Look at it as a way that our program can grow. Look at it as a great opportunity to teach. We really saw Flan and Dee Dee move into a leadership role that is significant and deep. And so I look back on the season, and it was one of my most enjoyable seasons of my 15 at Charleston Southern, just because every day I got to come to work with that quality of a team and the character of these guys. So, yeah, I hope we have cleansed the gym of that. And, we're probably a good 10, 12 years before we even sprain another ankle, Nick.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
Yeah.
I know I've been with you guys for 6 or 7 years now, and I've never seen anything like that. So
yeah. And, we were hitting our stride. We were really hitting our stride and beating Missouri, and then won 4 in a row in the league, and then had 2 more injuries, but we're just going to turn it into a positive and move forward. And I think it's going to be strange, guys. It's going to be the year that they remember the rest of their lives. For it is, and I just remember sitting at halftime where I guess we're up 1 at Radford in the tournament, and I just remember thinking, man, if we could win this game, these kids will remember this game. It was just a quarterfinal game. They'll remember this game the rest of their lives. And I think that season was like that. They overcame so much. It's just going to help them, remember that they can do that as they become husbands and fathers, that they can overcome great obstacles and still continue to give and grow.
You're right, just for life, and especially basketball, especially next season. That was a competitive team with one of the most limited rosters probably in the entire nation, and yet they were still out there fighting for 40 minutes, occasionally more, every single night.
Yeah, great. Well said. Well said.
Well, I think that's everything that we've got for you, Coach. Unless, Nick, you got anything else for him?
Just one follow-up. You are on the road a lot. You are recruiting a lot.
Yeah.
Is this the longest you've been home?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, let me give you my daily schedule. Okay, I'm an early riser, not by Autry standards, but I love to get up at 6, and I have my quiet time, and I'm a breakfast guy, so I eat my breakfast, and then if I could pick this up, I would show you. Hope is up by then, and she has a cup of coffee. I go take a shower and shave, and put on my work stuff like you guys have on now. When we're all in the office together, this is what we wear. And I come up to this room and I work every day from about 8:30 to about 1:30 on just basketball. And it has been so much fun. Synergy. I have watched so many games. I have evaluated our season. I've had a one-on-one with every player. I've had a one-on-one with every assistant coach and support staff. And we've had coaching clinics, and we've invited head coaches that we admire and gotten them on Zoom like I'm talking to you. And we've talked hoops. We've had our assistant coaches involved. We have a weekly or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday staff meeting. And then at 1:30, we sometimes it goes a little bit longer. Then Hope and I have tried to do something that's fun. We'll get out and ride bikes or walk or get some good exercise. And we've gotten to do so many things that for 32 years we haven't gotten to do. And it's really been a blessing. And I miss my guys in order. I miss our team. I miss the camaraderie of our staff. I miss coming to CSU every day. But it's, again, taking what can be a negative and turning it into a positive. Hope and I have gotten to spend so much time together. And I've loved that because she's my best friend and my life partner. I'm crazy about her. And we've just gotten to do so many things. Our granddaughter comes over, and that's the hard one now when she comes, because we have to stay socially distanced from her, just for our benefit and for hers. And so she'll come over and run around in the backyard, and then we have a nice meal, go to sleep, and do the same thing. The odd thing has been the days, like the Mondays for all of us in sports. Saturday's a big day. Thursday's a big day because we play, and weekends are big recruiting. Friday night is high school games, and it's always on the move. And this has been a little bit different for college basketball coaches because we can't do anything. And NCAA is not allowing us to do anything. And it's really helped me to have a daily schedule, and to actually get up, take a shower, shave like I'm going to work, and then come up here and get a lot of stuff done. We've done a lot of recruiting, a bunch. Coaches have done a good job of saturating their states. And then a bunch of nights I'm talking to recruits. I try to talk to 3 a night, and because we're into the 21 class now. And that's the oddest part of it has been there's no difference between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's just like, okay, let's do it again. But I'm just determined to turn it into a positive. I'm determined that our program will grow, and that I'm crazy. We love our players. We're going to love them even more when this thing's over and spend even more time with them and try to really connect to them. So that's how it's going over at the Radebaugh house. Good or bad, that's what we're doing.
It's all you can do is just try to make something out of this. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been in my neighborhood. I've been to Ruth's house, Anna and Don and Ruth, and I've been to Publix. That's where I've been. I've been to CSU probably 3 or 4 times just to pick up, my laptop one time, and sometimes I just go over there and ride around because I miss it. But I wear my mask in Publix, try to socially distance, buy some healthy food, come home.
There you go.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. The important thing is you're spending time with your loved ones, and I think my wife is finally getting used to having me around for the same reason. So it's been a help for us too.
Yeah, I know. I think there is some days when Hope is like, when does that recruiting calendar open back up? When can you get back out there? But most, we've done great. She's awesome. She's amazing.
Well, all righty. I think that's everything we've got for you. Really appreciate it, Coach. Glad you're staying busy, and I can tell you, at least for my part, and I'm sure Nick the same way, we can't wait to get back on campus and get the basketball and just get everything back going again. You never know how much you love it till it's not there. I mean, we all on this screen love college athletics and dealing with young people, and I've really missed it too. I'm anxious to see you guys too.
We can't wait to see you next, Coach.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was men's head basketball coach Barclay Radebaugh. It's always a ton of fun talking to him. And he had a lot of insightful stuff to say. It's glad to see he's staying busy.
Lean and green is what I took away from that conversation. Lean and green.
Lean and green. Barclay Radebaugh cooking it up in the kitchen. I don't know. We might have to try to see if we can organize a little bit of a cooking competition between him and Flan Fleming. That'd be interesting.
CSU Chopped.
There we go. See, we could do that. I've always said I wanted to host a cooking show.
You do bear a resemblance of Ted Allen. I can see it.
Not bad. Well, either way, we're going to continue on with our second one. We can't forget to thank our presenting sponsor, East Bay Deli, for helping us get this whole thing going. So thank you to them. We're going to advance on to our second interview. We got Emma Minnick and Rachel Feggeler from the volleyball team. Welcome into our second interview of this episode 2 of Buccaneer Insider. We've got a couple of volleyball players joining us, the first athletes on the show. We've got Rachel Feggeler and Emma Minnick. Welcome on, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
I mean, I can say it's going pretty well for myself. I don't know. I can't speak for Nick.
It's going, man. It's going.
How about you, Rachel? How are you doing?
I'm good. It's fine up here.
Everybody's just kind of hanging in there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we'll start off. I mean, what have you guys been up to? I think that's kind of the big question ever since you guys, schools ended up being – you guys had to leave Charleston and head back home. So what have y'all been up to? Where are you guys at?
I'm in Radford, Virginia. So small town, not much to do, even when it's not quarantine. But I've been doing a lot of workouts, obviously trying to stay in shape and keeping up with homework. I have a really heavy course schedule already, so everything switching on has been a lot of it. So that's been really time consuming. Other than that, just hanging out with family and friends when we can, but trying to social distance.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I'm from Christiansburg, Virginia, which is about 10 to 15 minutes from Emma. And it's the same. There's really nothing to do here. So we're just working out, and with finals coming up and almost here, actually, we're studying a lot, just trying to focus on finishing strong.
If he makes it feel better, we're still in Charleston, and there's nothing to do here. So, yeah,
You're not really missing out on much. But, no, I was going to say one thing that I definitely wanted to get into. The two of you guys, you mentioned, Emma, you're from Radford, Christiansburg for you, Rachel, and your guys' high school is separated by just over 10 miles. So did you guys know each other growing up? You guys at least had to have faced each other in high school volleyball coming up, right?
Yeah, so our schools played, I think, freshman year, and we were on the same travel team. So we've known each other since, I think 8th grade, probably.
I think Emma's frozen.
I think we've lost. We lost Emma. She'll be back. Back. She can't stay away. So what's it been like being away from campus and now working everything online and going back home?
Welcome back.
It's definitely different being home. I really miss my team and all my friends down there because they're definitely my family. But I think we're all staying in touch. We've done a few Zoom meetings just to have fun with each other still.
All right, we'll go back to Emma with the original question. You guys grew up 10 miles apart. Did you guys know each other growing up since you guys were so close together?
Yeah, well, we didn't go to the same high school, but we played club together starting our freshman year of high school. So from the 15s club level up, and then we both actually took our official visit. Well, not our official, but our unofficial visits together and went to a camp and stuff. So yeah, we knew each other for a couple years.
And how's the adjustment been being away from campus and still doing classes online but being able to be home for all of it?
Yeah, at first for me, it was really nice because we had just gotten to the peak of we just began the really rough part of spring season. So for me, I was like, oh, this is going to be great, an extra week or so to relax, get together before it hits. And then ended up being a whole semester, which it's been a lot rougher than I thought it was going to be. It's been nice to see my family and stuff, but it definitely missed the routine of weights and then practice and classes. It's just a lot easier to hang on with. And I just missed the routine part of it, but
so right about now, you guys would be ramping up for getting things going. Have you guys been in touch with your coaching staff to see what kind of things you can be doing at home?
Yeah, we have. We've done a few Zoom calls with the coaches, and we've been watching film, just trying to keep it all together and stay focused on what we want in the season. and he gave us a few workouts, but I mean, he obviously can't like tell us times and what to do, but they're definitely encouraging us to work out.
What do your at-home workouts look like for this sort of a thing?
So I personally don't have any equipment really. I just don't. So I've been going on a lot of runs and just a lot of like body weight stuff, like just trying to keep my vertical up.
Emma, once again, welcome back. It's okay.
I don't know what I think it's just my Wi-Fi because my whole so now it's just so annoying.
Everybody's back for the first time in who knows how long.
Yeah.
It might happen again.
It's all right. You just bug your parents to upgrade that Wi-Fi. It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
I'll tell them you said that. So
all right. Sounds good. Yeah.
There you go.
Tell them a CSU official said to do it. That's the way to put it.
You might do it if I tell you that.
Don't
tell her what he does because I don't know if that'll carry as much weight.
No. Just say a CSU official. That's fine. So we asked Rachel this. What have your at-home workouts looked like so far?
For me, at first, I was doing a lot of cardio and running because I don't have any weights at my house, so that's really all I could do. But now I've been doing more of running and then like HIIT workouts and some like lightweight training. My family has like a Peloton, so I cycle sometimes. I try to mix it up because I don't want to get tired of it. But yeah, just a little bit of everything. Mostly just cardio though, unfortunately. I can tell a big difference from going from like straight weightlifting to just doing cardio.
And so is that tough, especially you came from being at school where I'm assuming, at least for you guys as athletes, everything is so regimented. It's,
yeah.
A, B here.
Mm-hmm.
What's that been like for you guys going from that to now just kind of being all on your own?
That has been the hardest part for me because I'm someone who I like to have a routine because I like to get up and like do what I need to do throughout the day. And I get like stressed if I'm not on routine. So that's been the hardest part for me. Obviously keep holding myself accountable, trying to keep some kind of schedule. Yeah.
All right, cool. No, you're good.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It happened to me last week while we were talking to the cheer coach. I would drop out. I had to ask the same question 3 times, so it's okay. I'm glad it's not me for a change, but.
What about for you, Rachel? Has it been in that transition?
So it's definitely been completely different because I am an early riser, but now it's just like it's hard for me to stay motivated and really like want to be doing all of this because right now it's definitely, you don't feel all the things that it's giving you. Like we would normally do the workout to be really good at volleyball and just like get better. But now we're like doing different workouts and it's just like, we can't really prove any of it, I feel like. And we would always work for each other, but now we're like having to just work for ourselves. So that's definitely harder.
Yeah. I will say too, like the volleyball aspect of it has been really difficult. Obviously we need a net for most of the things in a hard court. So for me, it's been like, that's been the hardest part, to hold myself accountable. It's just to go outside and get touches because it's not the same as normal practice at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
How important has the communication with the coaching staff been through all this?
It's been really important for me because it reminds me to hold myself accountable. Me and my teammates talk every day and stuff, but it's nice to like check in with them and know that they're keeping an eye on us and doing as much as they can to stay invested in the program during this time.
All right. And so one of the other things, I mean, you guys just finished up your freshman year or about to finish up your freshman year in these next couple of weeks when it comes to classwork. But as volleyball players, you guys played a full season. You've learned a lot. And what are some of the big things you guys are taking in season is forward? So you guys are going to be certainly look to be some of the leaders for this team.
I think it was hard at first to get used to this level of play, but now that we have done it for a whole season, I think this whole season we all know what to expect. Now we know what to expect from the division, from the conference. And I know we're all very eager to prove ourselves because we are a young team. So I think just taking what the seniors and like upperclassmen of last year taught us and how they led us is how we want to lead each other and lead the people coming in. And I think we found a lot of positives in being such a young team because we know we can start fresh and make new relationships with each other. And I think with Gabby Noddy coming back from an injury and Peyton Thompson is a transfer, and I think we've got some good freshmen coming in that seem very promising. I think it's going to be really good. I'm not nervous about being young. I think it's going to actually be beneficial to us. So.
Yeah, I think something Fatch always says is like, we don't care who's on the other side of the net, and like we really don't. And I think all of us like honestly believe that we don't care how young we are. It's never really like been a factor to us. Even since the first day of fall and in the summer, he was like, "You're not freshmen anymore. Like it doesn't that doesn't mean anything to you. Like you're not gonna play like a freshman. That shouldn't affect you at all." So I think that's just really cool that we've kind of gotten that mindset out of us, and we're just like we don't care. That's not like limiting us at all.
Yeah,
I like that. We're really excited for you guys to get back on campus and see what you can do next year, because we did see some growing, we did see some building blocks, and we want to see where you guys go.
Yeah, for sure. And I think us coming in last year too, like I think we set a new kind of pace for the program with new coaching staff and everything. Because I think in the past it's been rough, and I think a lot of the freshmen coming in wanted to change the program. Collectively, we all had talked about it and we wanted to make a difference in it. So hopefully that just continues to grow. I mean, I think we made strides last season, so we're excited to keep going. Hopefully we can get back to where.
Yeah, and so you guys mentioned just one more thing, at least off the top of my head that I can think of. You mentioned how difficult it is for you guys to get your touches. Have you guys been playing with your family members, just anything? What have you guys been doing to be able to get out and kind of stay active when it comes to the actual volleyball aspect?
For me,
you can go right.
Okay.
Okay.
So my dad and I just like hit the volleyball in my front yard, and I'm like working on being a better passer because he's talked the whole fall and spring that we need more passers, and that's what I really need to work on. So it's hard to work on hitting, but my dad's been doing his best and trying to hit balls at me so I can work on passing. So that's definitely different, but we're trying.
For me, I'm a setter, so I really just need a wall in my hands to get good touches. And my dad is a club volleyball coach, so it's been a little bit easier because he can do stuff with me, and like we can get drills in the backyard or in the driveway. So that's been helpful for sure. It's not been too hard. It's just not the same as getting the intense practice in multiple times a day.
That makes sense. As I say, it's always, I think we've reached the point for just about everybody. It's a little bit tougher to get that work in. So, Nick, do you have anything else for him?
No, I appreciate you guys taking some time out to talk to us.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having us. Sorry, my internet connection was horrible.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you guys back on campus and hopefully getting that season going again soon. We got Rachel Feggeler and Emma Minnick. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was our second interview of week number 2 of Buccaneer Insider. Rachel and Emma are a ton of fun to talk to. It's good to see they're staying busy and still managing to get their touches in, even though they're back at home.
Spirits seem high, and I'm trying to think of a volleyball joke, but like jumping high or something, but anyway.
So, as I say, you got a week, figure it out, and you can open it up next to that.
Perfect, I will. Yeah.
All right. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us for week number 2 of Buccaneer Insider. We want to thank our sponsor, East Bay Deli, for helping us out get this going. And don't forget, stay tuned for next week. We shouldn't be canceled by then, but hey, you never know. Can't make any promises. But For Nicholas Case, my name is Kelly McClatchy. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see y'all later.